What is going on, Panthers Nation? Carolina Dad here with an update. Hey, Jonathan Mingo's season is officially done, Panthers fans. That's right. It's only one game to go. One game left in the season, but he was placed on IR with what I believe is a foot injury. So he will not be out there in Week 18 as the Panthers take on the Buccaneers. And that leaves us with a question about Jonathan Mingo and his rookie campaign. I personally am a fan of Mingo. I was hard on him. I think he came alive a little bit later in the season. He did not score a touchdown. But when you look at the numbers, he's 12th out of 33 total rookie wide receivers. So 12th out of 33 in receiving yards this year. He finished, now that the season's done, with 414 yards, 418 yards, 43 receptions. He'll likely get passed by Quentin Johnson. So Quentin Johnson needs 5 yards on Sunday. Also, Mingo now will have not played 2 games. So, maybe he would have had a 500-yard season if fully healthy and the offense was a little bit better. But I like that. Is he going to be the number one receiver next year? No. We're still going to need to get a number one wide receiver to put with Mingo, Adam, everyone else that's going to be here. But I think people need to cut him a little slack. I will say, though, it goes back, I was having this back and forth today with someone on X, and they posed the question about Brock Purdy and evaluating talent, and do NFL scouts really get it wrong this many times? Because, Brock Purdy was the last pick in the NFL draft. You look at Puka this year, that's who I brought up. And I said it's all about situation and timing and a little bit of luck in these situations. Because if you think about Brock Purdy, the only reason that Brock Purdy has gotten the chance to play is because all the guys in front of him got hurt. And then at that point, when they did see him play, they're like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Let's continue to play him. Same thing happened to Tom Brady. When someone gets hurt, someone steps up, they get an opportunity, and you make the most of it. You make the most of those reps. If you listen to Tom Brady speaking, talking about making the most out of his 1 rep, his 2 reps, building off of that, that's what these guys have to do. And that's how they take the next step forward. But for me, I'm not going to call Mingo a failure. The way I like to think about it when you talk about these situations, you look like at Puka too. Puka, monster year, 1,400 receiving yards is insane. But if Cooper Kupp is not hurt coming into the year, does he still get that same production? I don't know. I don't think he does. I think it's diminished a little bit. So we've got, in my theory with this is, you think about NASCAR. My family's a big NASCAR family. My dad, hardcore NASCAR guy. If you take if you take someone who drives a NASCAR or a racer and you put them out on a racetrack, especially by themselves, they will be one of the fastest cars in the world. There's no doubt about it. Formula One, whatever your race method is, or race of choice, you take that same car and you put them in New York City or Los Angeles and have them sitting in traffic in a traffic jam going 5 miles an hour, you're not going to see the full potential. Now, one may question and say, is Carolina, New York City, or Los Angeles, or are we the racetrack? And I hope we're somewhere in between, but if we're judging right now, I'd say we're closer to being in that traffic jam, especially when we start talking about the success that Baker Mayfield has had. Anyways, all right, folks, just wanted to get this one out. Y'all have a good one.